Hello, everybody, and welcome to Inside the Big Dynasty League. As always, my name is Mike. With me, as always, is the stat man, Petey Cunningham, and the commish, Clyde Randall Waters. This episode comes live with a studio audience. Please clap, studio audience. Woo! Thank you. Film before a live studio audience. I never thought I'd get to say that. Pretty excited about it.
Show's getting big.
It's getting big time.
Show's getting big.
Between the Telemundo contract, the live studio audience, I mean, it's nuts.
Where are we at on the Telemundo contract?
It's
I gotta send in the paperwork. I'm sorry.
Between his paperwork not getting sent in and my questionable Spanish conversation with them the other day, I may have called one of their moms a whore when I meant to talk about football. I don't know how it worked out, but it was weird. Anyway, let's take a look. Let's recap the matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week
From last week, which was a devastating defeat on my part by none other than I came in like a Monte Ball.
I came in like a Monte Ball.
All right, Statman, please politely and without as much pain as I deserve, break down my defeat.
Primetime matchup of the week. Bench dogs, they've been on a good roll here. We throw them in a primetime game, and what happens? They lay an egg.
You think they're the Bengals?
I'm the Bengals of our fantasy team, apparently.
If only they scored 0, they would be the Bengals. They scored the lowest points in the league this week. Kyrie Robinson, 0.6. Fred Jackson, 5.8. Got injured.
He shouldn't get shut out.
That's true.
Could have been worse.
I mean, this is as close to a shutout as you can get. I mean, the thing that really scares me is I was 94.4% efficient. Meaning, essentially, this was the best I could do. And if you add my total up of all my starters and my bench, my max score this week was 99.20 points. So, that is questionable for the season, the rest of the season. We'll see what can happen. I mean, obviously some injuries and some fluke people not getting any points, but it's not looking good for me.
So if you played everybody on your team, 99 points.
99 points.
Not even triple digits.
Everybody on your team, or if you would have played your most efficient team?
Everyone on my team. If I could have played every single player. Starter plus non-starter total, 99.20.
That is a rough week.
Ouch.
My potential points of most efficiency were 97. So,
I really can't say anything, though. We haven't hit my game yet.
No, we'll get to yours. On the flip side, though, Aaron Rodgers is starting to look like the Aaron Rodgers of yore.
Aaron
which
Rodgers,
I believe is slang for old.
Huge week for Aaron Rodgers. 30 points. Tearing it up. Absolutely tearing it up now. And really, nobody else from I came in like a Monte Ball had a great week. Mike Wallace, nice 16. Well drafted by somebody. Greg Olsen, 18.5. Just doing what he does, but other than that...
Some mediocre scores, but enough to get it done.
Yeah. I mean, when you play the team that scores the lowest points in the league...
That is true.
You probably don't have to do that much to win.
All right, let's move on here to our other matchups. Let's take a look at Los Pandas Desnudo versus the San Francisco 69ers. And yes, that is a sex joke. Statman, break this one down, because I want to know your opinion, because it looked like it could be close for a while. And it looked like perhaps what might cost the new Pandas, Los Pandas Desnudo, the matchup was playing a guy who was on bye, which I thought was a dangerous strategy. But you break it down for me.
It's a bold move, but I mean, what's the trend this year? I think teams that have a player that scores 0 points.
Thank you.
I think they're like 15-1 this year.
Yeah.
Something so far. I didn't confirm that, but I think after this week, it's like 15-1.
I figured
so.
That's what I would do. I'm going for that goose egg on my score. I'm like, yeah, I'm going for that there.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost helped. The problem for you though was that the San Francisco 69ers saw you play a 0 player and said, screw it. I'm playing the Lions defense and they're going to get 0. Neutralized your power, and that's why you lost. You didn't see that one coming.
I didn't.
It might have also been the 2 points from Andy Dalton that hurt him.
That's true.
2 points from Andy Dalton hurts.
He was definitely the redhead this week.
I will say this too: if I would have played my most efficient team, the most potential points I could have started this week was 126 points, which is still
not enough
to have pulled off a win.
And San Francisco 69ers, what was their efficiency? Their efficiency was only
80%.
80% efficient.
Yes.
And they still scored 132.
They had a potential of 164.18.
But you know, what can you do?
This team is scary good.
What can you do when they had a Monday night game with Antonio Brown, the Steelers, who had the longest home streak of Monday night games going on, and Antonio Brown throws for a touchdown?
Antonio Brown is, the guy may stomp on people's faces, but he is a murderer of cornerbacks, no doubt about it. The dude is awesome. And they plays for the Steelers. I don't even care.
Yeah. Moving on here, let's move on to the Wolfgang United, Rocky Mountain High, our favorite, versus the FC Acid Kickers, the teachers from Indiana. Statman, break this game down for us.
This game comes down to Sammy Watkins, 33 points, breakout game. What do you have? Do you have 2 touchdowns? 2 receiving touchdowns, 9 catches. Big week for Sammy Watkins. Other than that, Odell Beckham. So the rookie wide receivers for FCS Kickers. FCS Kickers been struggling a little bit this year, but the rookie wide receivers providing a spark this week.
Yeah. I will say this is another example, though, where we may be bucking the trend of 0-point starters getting wins. Because they also got a loss with the 0-point starter, Jimmy Graham.
0-point starters. So teams that start somebody score 0 are now 1 and 2 this week.
I don't know how Rocky Mountain High doesn't start Jimmy Graham if he's going to play. I mean, you got to play him if he's playing. And they got burned bad this time.
It probably didn't matter, though.
No. Anyway, not much else to say about that one. Let's move on here to Victoria's Secret versus Calvin who?
Calvin
who?
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 This one here, husband versus wife. Husband's been beating his wife for a while now, but the wife finally came back and
tables have turned.
Beat him even though she's pregnant. Statman, break this one down for me.
This game did not look very good for Calvin who. After Thursday night when Shane Vereen, 28.4, 2 touchdown catches from Tom Brady, won a 49-yarder, started the rapist who got her 17.9. I heard a rumor that she was upset with somebody who picked up Tom Brady. I heard the rumor about that.
I saw it on Facebook.
That she was upset at somebody.
Her precious Eli Manning was sitting on her bench with 30 points, but I mean she won anyway, but man.
Didn't even need Thomas Brady.
Oh.
Now this is another one, Statman. I don't know if you noticed this, but Calvin who?
Oh, we got another 0.
0 with a loss. This week is bad week to start 0-point.
1 and 3 now this week. 1 and 3.
Can blame that on me. It's my fault that the 0 trend no longer works. Blame it on me.
Yeah, Peyton Manning, 34 points, gets the record. Big week for Peyton Manning, but that was the only bright spot for Calvin Who this week.
And that, Calvin Who's 0-pointer was Tim Wright. The Patriots had that big game against the Bengals, 30 points. Mm-hmm. And he picked him up in a trade offer with me. I got Marvin Jones, who ended up on my IR. Well. And got Tim Wright.
So
has had 0 points since the Bengals game.
Wait, I was gonna say one is on IR, but yet the other they're still the same points for the year.
Now here's an interesting thing, and perhaps significant. You can correct me if I'm wrong, Statman and Commissioner, but the potential points out of Victoria's Secret of 153 if she would have started her best lineup. That's looking scary. I mean, she can come on strong towards the end of the season here and really maybe defend her championship. She's really piecing together her team.
Yeah, this could be the turnaround game that she's needed. There's still a lot of football left to be played, but she's not out of it. Definitely, if we continue this streak, her team could be a repeat.
Her team really comes down to if she can get decent quarterback play. I mean, it's been shown that if Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning can have a good week, she can get a win. It just doesn't happen very often.
The rapist and the lesser Manning can do well, but not always.
Not always.
The lesser Manning with 2 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah, but no records.
True that.
True.
And who really remembers Super Bowls versus records that no one hears about until someone else breaks them?
True.
Oh, wait. Then moving on, we got Wayne Enterprises versus Get Off Me! Get Off Me! Statman, break this down for me, and if you could...
What's going on here? Maybe I should break this one down.
Commish, why don't you talk about this game?
Oh,
you talk about this game.
This game was like, wire to wire here. Close matchup. Unfortunately, or fortunately, get off me.
Get some whiskey.
His whiskey
Ended up on top
I
this
need
week.
whiskey down here.
Get off me pulled off the win, even though he started Kirk Cousins, who got .56 points.
Which is not 0 though, so he didn't go with the trend.
And then
It looks like he tried, but failed.
Statman with your Wayne Enterprise team here, you did not go for the 0 player. You went for the negative player, and we've learned that the negative players do not get you wins.
Yes, it pulls you further away from a win.
That's
you
what I've
lost
heard.
by less than 2 points with your -8 from your defense. I
I've
believe if that could have just been 0, and correct me if my math is wrong, Statman, that would have probably given you the win.
It might have.
Yeah, but you didn't have Tom Brady this pickup here, which was nice. But, it was a rough game. This one was definitely like one
Let's move on to the last game.
fought down in the trenches.
Ricky Bobby team.
Ricky Bobby versus Hernandez
pistol offense.
Statman, break down this pounding upon the Ricky Bobby team.
Boy, the Ricky Bobby team looks like they were going to have a good week. Andrew Luck, 23 points. Demarius Thomas, 37. Wes Welker, 14. The problem for the Ricky Bobby team was that they went with 2 players who scored 0. Not just one. They went with 2. So now I believe every losing team except for one, at least I didn't have a 0 player. They went negative. At least I didn't have a 0 player.
It's -8.
They just went -8. No big deal. But Hernandez's pistol offense started a quarterback, Russell Wilson, 43, Matt Forte, 28, Randall Cobb, 24. Just absolute butt kicking by Hernandez's pistol offense. Ricky Bobby team, really nothing they could have done to win this, I don't think.
I would say they were overshaked or overbaked.
I like
But
this.
they're not overbaked because
Yes.
they're not the Rocky Mountain High team. They're not from Colorado.
I like this
Can't be
quote
overbaked.
here from the Big Dynasty League Fantasy Times. It says, "They owned us." And that was from team owner Tubbs Harvey of the Ricky Bobby team.
Man.
And isn't it ironic that probably the person in the league that loves guns the most got beat by a pistol offense? Isn't it
Yes.
It's kind of a little ironic to me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Man.
Tubbs has still got your back, man, but you got to figure out turn that team around.
Yeah, the Ricky Bobby team needs to come out guns a-blazing next game.
Because they're the guns. I get the joke.
Yes.
All right, moving on. Let's get to our awards of the week. We got the Hershey Milk Dud Award. This is the player just does awfully, gets stuck in your teeth like a milk dud. Stabman, who's this one going to this week?
This one is going to Kirk Cousins, who
Kirk
got
Cousins.
benched, and then immediately Colt McCoy does what he does, comes into the game, 70-yard touchdown pass. Did you see that one? He just floated it down the. Oh no, wait a minute! It was a short pass, and he just ran it all the way. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Did they?
Colt McCoy did nothing.
They benched Kirk Cousins.
I thought he was
benched
injured.
Kirk Cousins.
They just benched him.
Yeah, he's done. They're not going to let him play again.
Kirk Cousins. I don't know if Colt McCoy's going to start this week.
I heard
But-
a rumor that RG3 might be back.
Well, I heard the 2 things I heard this week from my insiders, because I'm official now. I'm trying to be serious. I'm trying to earn an
You're-
Listen to
you're a
Matthew
BDO
Berry's
insider.
podcast.
I listened to Matthew Berry's podcast.
Me too.
But, yeah. But he said that Colt McCoy's getting the starter reps and that they weren't going to bring back RG3 until he got a full week of reps in. And since he didn't practice today or didn't practice yesterday, they didn't think he would play this week.
Yeah.
But next week, probably.
Luckily for Good Hoffman, it didn't matter. Anyway,
he
moving
still
on.
won.
Let's go on to the Ram pickup of the week.
And who got it?
You want me to actually...
Sure, why not? Do it. Do what you got to do.
This goes to Tom Brady. Picked up by Wayne Enterprises.
Dropped by previously
Yes, I dropped it.
Los Pandas
To keep
Desnudo.
Andy Dalton, yes.
Raheem and Andrew Dalton.
I just want to point this out, though. Had I offered to trade him to anybody, I don't think anybody would have taken him from me. Because I put him on the trade bait like 4 weeks ago. Nobody wanted him.
Nobody wanted Tom Brady except for me this week. I'm just gonna keep him for a while. Why not? If anybody needs a quarterback, I got Tom Brady, Joe Flacco, and now Nick Foles. So loaded at QB, and I can only play one.
All right. Moving on to our Jones Soda Whoop Ass Energy Drink Whoop Ass of the Week. And that one goes to the team that opens up the biggest can of whoop-ass on another one. And this one goes to her. This one goes to Hernandez's pistol offense, who destroyed the Ricky Bobby team by 40 points and scored the most points in the league this week.
Oh, and this also bumped him up in the most points total for the season, too.
Ooh,
He's now over the Niners.
Leaders.
He's now over the Niners.
Wow.
And 5-0 in his division.
Wow, it's almost as if we could stop making fun of him because he's doing well.
No.
But I don't think so.
No.
We're still going to. Because he's, he's still Timmy Crawford, so he'll find a way to screw it up.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Moving on to the poopery poo-poo team of the week, which is a hard thing to say, and that goes to none other than me.
Yeah.
My win streak was over, or ended, and I scored a measly 91.6 points. And it stank.
Yeah.
I'm going to put part of this on me. I was on vacation all week last week and decided to take a vacation from everything.
It's your second
News.
poo-poo-ree award of the year.
Ooh.
It is.
And yet you're still in the playoffs as of
I know.
right now.
Yeah.
Hey, when I'm hot, I'm hot. And when I'm stinky, I'm stinky.
That's for sure.
That is very true. Sometimes when I'm hot, I'm also stinky.
All right, this stinks enough. Let's move on.
Anyway, the
Next
Gillette
word.
Close Shave of the Week. Woo!
Close shave.
Close.
Just like I did last week.
Yes. Go. That's
Gillette.
a week. That's a week of growth.
This was I shaved Saturday.
Well, that's not bad. You can go for No Shave November this year.
I'll do no shave November.
All right. I'm
I
going
just
to
want to
too.
point out, I trimmed off 4 inches off my chin, and not a single person has mentioned it to me.
Look, 4 inches isn't as big as you
4
think it
inches
is.
of hair is trimmed off my chin.
4 inches
Not a
is
single person said
I'm pretty sure
anything
most
to me.
people don't even notice
4 inches.
So
4 inches isn't
I
that
mean, it
long.
came down to here.
You keep telling yourself 4 inches is long. Anyway, this one goes to Wayne Enterprises versus Get Off Me. It was a 2-point difference. Came down to the wire in the fact that your defense had -8, his defense had +8. It was crazy. Next up, we have the Cialis Team of the Week, the team with the biggest comeback from previous week's Statman. Who do we got for this one?
we got a lady for this one. Ironically enough, we got Victoria's Secret coming back, 135 points, second most points this week. Gets the win
And beat her husband.
and beat
Yeah,
her
20-point
husband
win over
Beat
her
him
husband.
good.
into oblivion.
Yeah, solid win there after a rough loss, and yeah, good bounce back.
Yep.
Last but not least, our favorite award every week, the Dave Lapham Surprise Player of the Week.
Balls out! Balls out!
Woo, sexy, sexy.
Face rape.
Base rate.
This one's going to none other than Sammy Watkins, owned by the FC Acid Kickers with an
Yeah.
astounding 33 points.
Wow.
33 points, he put up 122 yards. Like we said earlier, 9 receptions, I think 2 touchdowns. I think one of them was for the game win at the end of the game, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think so.
Is that Kyle Orton, the quarterback?
Yeah, Kyle.
Kyle Orton
Yeah.
is the quarterback.
All that's
Amazing.
right with the world.
Yeah, that's the
Amazing.
Kickers getting some accolades for them young receivers they got.
Yep. Odell
like
Beckham, Sammy Watkins, a couple rookies. Yeah, working out.
All right.
Speaking of receivers, what do you guys think about this trade with Percy Harvin?
I don't care.
It doesn't matter. He's bound to get a concussion or something anyway, so
I know, if anything, his value, which was like here, well, beginning of the season, we put him up here. Remember we gave Tug some credit for drafting him, good salary?
Mm-hmm.
But then he's just like here, and now he's a Jet.
Yeah.
and now he's a Jet. He might catch 3 passes for 11 yards every week.
If they can even get him remotely close to throwing to
However,
him.
Geno Smith went a whole game without throwing an interception this week.
Hey.
There is
First
hope.
time this season.
That's sad. That is really sad.
All right, moving on. We got our interview this week live in studio, ladies and gentlemen. The young lady who beat me this week, the owner of I Came In Like a Monte Ball without Monte Ball.
Came
now,
in like a Monte ball.
Sarah, Petey's sister Cunningham. Welcome to the show, Sarah. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing good, doing good. What do you think of the
You have to speak a little
studio?
louder.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Microphone's over here.
Okay. What, Mike?
What do you think of the studio?
It's okay. You know. I
You
think
can sleep in here.
I think once we get the Telemundo contract, that they will help us spruce it up a little.
Oh yeah, we're looking to get some of those like really cool holograms and big TVs and stuff.
I was thinking about putting up a string of Christmas lights that are shaped like Coke cans.
That would be appropriate for Telemundo.
That would be awesome.
We'll work on that for next week.
Anyway, what are your thoughts about your team so far this year?
My team has shaped up pretty well. Thank you to my brother for drafting half of it. Definitely having a better year than last year, so I'm hoping to make the playoffs, maybe.
Speaking of which, that's right, your brother did have to draft half your team this year.
Yes, he did.
How are you doing? Are you doing better? You feeling good? You look better than when you were crying at a McDonald's.
I was not crying in a McDonald's. I was just in a lot of pain. No, I'm doing much better, yes.
Good. You guys have some questions?
So, after this win this week, it does bump you up to second place in the division. So, you are sitting pretty for the playoffs right now. What's your strategy going forward to keep you there and to make sure you get that playoff berth?
First of all, I need a running back bad. My running backs have, maybe in the past 3 weeks, combined for 25 points max. Combined, both of them. Please send me a trade offer. I have some good wide receivers. If you're looking to make a move, Randy, I know you need a wide receiver.
Yeah,
Come at me.
we'll be talking.
Anyway, my strategy is just I'm going to need a quarterback here in a couple weeks when Packers going by. Week 9, 10?
I think
9.
so, yeah.
But I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
I know somebody has 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, Cole McCoy's probably available.
No. I'm going to keep...
You could probably get Kirk Cousins from get off me.
Absolutely not.
Brian Hoyer's probably available.
I just picked up Derek Carr, I think, off the waiver wire.
Tom Brady for Travis Kelce.
Whoa.
No,
Sounds
Petey,
fair.
because I need 2...
Sounds fair.
No. I got to keep my 2 tight ends. Sorry, no. Anyway, I'm just going to keep starting the same roster, basically. Switch a couple out here and there based on the past defenses they're playing. But I think we're sitting pretty right now.
All right, let's get real for a moment. This is going to be a personal question. I really need you to think deep.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more real than we get with some other people, but would you rather fight a bear or a gorilla, and why?
Probably a gorilla because they're more hairy.
Okay, a gorilla because they're more hairy. I don't know if a gorilla's hairier than a bear.
I think so.
Aren't they both covered with hair?
Yes.
I think gorillas have like that big belly that's not covered in hair. They have a hairy back like me, but I don't think their belly's as hairy. Where bears are just fur monsters.
I don't know. You might pull up a picture of.
Let's just move on. I like your answer.
Bears have claws, though.
Bears do have
And I
claws.
don't want to mess with those.
I hear you. They'll rip you
Good.
apart.
I watched a video the other day where a bear ate a GoPro camera.
Did he actually eat it? Because I didn't see that part of the video.
He didn't actually swallow it, but it was in his mouth, and he ended up crushing it with his teeth.
But then he didn't eat it if he didn't swallow it.
It was in his mouth.
He just chewed on it.
Okay.
All right.
It's a bear.
What should we know about Sarah Cunningham?
I'm coming for the championship. Oh, and when I play, do I play Timmy again? Do you know off the top of your head?
Yes.
Yes.
I will beat you, Timmy Crawford, because I almost beat you last week, and I'm coming for you.
Ooh, snap! All
Those
right.
post offense can't get a break on this show.
No.
Not getting trash talk, which is appropriate.
Which is appropriate.
I mean, I think his only chance is to win the championship, and even then,
Yeah.
It'll just be a gimme championship where we just like, let him win. He didn't have much going for him.
he fell for the goal. Didn't start the quarterback first game of the season. One thing.
Hey, you guys want to hear something great? He plays Harvey week 9 when half his team goes on by. Harvey, congratulations, you get an easy win that week.
Ricky Bobby!
Ricky and Bobby win week 9. You better win.
All right, so we're going to preview into a little bit of the matchup of the week.
Sounds good.
Because this week's matchup of the week, which they didn't do the thing, and I'm feeling kind of weird.
Matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
Thank you. Is going to be between you, Monte Ball, versus Wayne Enterprises. Your brother, our stat man, Petey Cunningham. And I would appreciate any trash talk or funny, awkward stories you have about him as a little child where he might have wet himself in public. Any of those.
A poop your
We'll
pants
do.
story.
Ooh, that would be good too.
He didn't do that. Petey's always been the golden child, as everyone knows. He did no wrong when he was little. I can't really trash talk the guy who drafted half my team that has me sitting 6-3 and looking good for the playoffs. I feel bad, but
I think it's only fair she doesn't start anybody that I drafted. I think that's only
That sounds like a man who's
courtesy. You're darn right I'm scared. You're darn right. I scored less than 100 points last week.
Me too.
I'm shaking.
Oh, and considering he just admitted that he only has one running back he can play next week, and there's nothing on the waiver wire.
There's nothing.
The waiver wire is very bare right now.
It's awful.
Not bare.
Make some trades. Make some trades.
Trade me for a running back, please. I need one.
All right. Last but not least, Kamish, what is your question for her? I really like doing that.
Okay, here's a question I had. So, you're bumped up to second in the division. The team you just beat, the Bench Dogs, are real close behind you and sitting in third now. Are you worried about them getting ahead of you again, or do you think your win this week puts you solidly ahead of the Bench Dogs for the rest of the season?
Well, me and the Bench Dogs play each other again week 9.
You going down.
I highly doubt that.
You just wait till I piece together an awesome team.
His highest potential points, as mentioned earlier, was 99 points.
99.20, please. Be accurate.
I don't really think that .20 is going to make a big difference when I school you week 9.
All right, we'll see what happens. I'll take you down.
No, I'm not scared of the Bench Dogs because the bench is exactly where they belong, on the bench.
Ah.
Wow.
Yes.
Ruthless.
That's all right. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll look at the scoreboard week 9. Maybe we'll have her back. Crying in that little chair
I
over
doubt
there.
it. I think you played Timmy this week. Am I right?
I don't know. We haven't looked at that far yet. I mean, I've given lots and lots of thought to my picks for that week, but
The Bench Dogs have some losses.
We do so much
their way.
previewing.
And I just want to make it clear I'm not changing my team name because when Moneyball comes back.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yes, I'm not changing my team name because clearly I'm winning with that team name, so I'm not changing it.
Now, I mean, do you think he's going to come back? Because there are talks that he's lost his job because his replacement's been doing so well.
I could believe it. He was a standout in college, but I just don't think the NFL is where he belongs. But I'm sticking with the team name.
But you're still going to keep your team name down.
Yes. What else am I going to name it?
I thought my suggestion of a replacement team name was pretty good.
When did you suggest a replacement
It
name?
was a couple episodes ago.
I've missed 2 episodes in a row.
Oh.
Ouch!
My suggestion
Ouch.
team name, since you have Niles Davis, my suggestion was your team should be, if peeing your pants is cool, consider me Niles Davis.
See, it's a Happy Gilmore joke.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen... Or not Happy Gilmore. It's a Billy Madison joke. I was wrong.
Yes,
Have you seen Billy Madison?
Yes, but I'm not naming my team that.
You don't want
Why?
peeing your pants involved in
You
your
don't
team
like peeing
name?
your pants?
No.
Have you ever peed your pants in public?
No, sir.
How
Seriously?
close?
Seriously.
Like
I've never
never?
peed my pants ever. No.
Ever.
Never. Why would
Never
I?
ever.
I have a really, unlike Petey, I have a really big bladder and I can...
Oh, Golden Boy's got a small bladder.
Well, he didn't get the name Golden Boy for nothing.
Dude.
Golden child, not golden boy.
Golden Child, boy, whatever. All right. Anyway, Sarah, thank you very much for being on the show today, being live in studio as our studio audience
Great.
as well. Anything else you want to tell us before we go?
Any smack talk you want to get out to the league or anything like that?
Any random words of wisdom or questions you have for us?
No, but Petey, you're gonna lose next week. Sorry.
You're right. Yeah.
All right, Sarah, thank you very much.
Good luck the rest of the season, except for the 2 times you played me.
All right, moving on. Like I said, we got the matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week.
Wayne Enterprises versus Monte Ball. Statman, break this game down. Who do you think's going to win? Now, let me get your official pick.
My official pick. Oh, I haven't even logged in yet.
Wayne
My
Enterprises-
official pick is I came in like a Monte Ball. Wayne Enterprises, defenses on bye, kickers on bye, 1 running back that's active. Rest of the team is in shambles. Just I came like Monte Ball's going to get the win.
Okay. Kamish?
As of right now, came in like a Monte Ball is like a 20-point or so favorite. If Aaron Rodgers is back as the Aaron Rodgers we've known, loved, and who's won me championships in the past, I would venture to say came in like a Monte Ball is going to pick up the win.
I mean, if he doesn't have the confidence in himself to win, I got to go with Monte Ball on this one. So I think that one's going to be a sweep. Moving on to our next matchup, we have Calvin
Who?
versus Los Pandas Desnudo. Stabman, break this one down for me.
Breaking this one down. Peyton Man, I just made my pick for this one, and I'm automatically changing it right now because I just saw the matchup with the quarterbacks. Los Pandas Desnudos, Andy Dalton versus Calvin Who, Peyton Manning. You got to go with Peyton Manning over Andy Dalton. I don't even... He could have Joe Schmuckatello playing at wide receiver, and I'm going with Calvin Who in this one. Joe Schmuckatello, yes.
Is that a real person?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I was like, who the hell is that? All right, Kamish.
That's your new name, man.
Yes.
I can't even say it. Joe what?
Joe Schmuckatello.
Joe Schmuckatello.
Joe. It's kind of like John
Schmuckatello. It's like a Ninja Turtle almost, too.
What?
It's almost like a Ninja Turtle. Like Donatello.
What?
Schmuckatello, whatever it was. Who do you pick for this match? Just go.
We should get some Ninja Turtle stuff to hang up in here, too.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We'll work on that for next week as well.
We don't need Ninja Turtle stuff. We got the dogs.
Go well
We got the
with
dogs playing billiards.
Look, man, the whole wall right there needs stuff.
Got the Budweiser light that don't work. The old school Bengals hat.
Yeah, it's from the Bengals won the Super Bowl. You know
awesome.
how old that hat is.
I know.
The Bengals were once in the Super Bowl.
I know. They didn't win it, though.
Anyway,
Before a lot of people were born.
so you're going with Calvin Who? Is that what you said?
Los Pandas Desnudo versus Calvin Who. Kamish, who are you going with?
I don't choose myself.
I'm going Calvin Who. Wolfgang United, Rocky Mountain High versus the San Francisco 69ers. And yes, that is a sex joke. Statman, expand on this game, the pros and the cons of the teams, who you think might win, the things we do in this segment.
The pro. San Francisco 69ers. Second in points now. But been points leader for a long time. Jay Cutler, the wide receiver issues in Chicago, but it doesn't matter. Jay Cutler. Smoking Jay Cutler just does what he does and throws the middle finger to the haters. It's got Andre Ellington, Arian Foster, Marshawn Lynch, Antonio Brown. Wolfgang United. It doesn't look like buys are really hurting this team too much. Wolfgang United has Vernon Davis on bye, but you got to go with the 69ers. They're just rolling along, and yeah.
Yep. So the Niners beat Wolfgang United in Week 1 by 13 points.
Oh, snap.
However, Wolfgang United is 0-3 in their lifetime playing against this franchise.
Ooh. That's interesting.
And I think the Niners are going to make that 0-4 for Wolfgang United.
Oh, I'm taking the home team. I'm taking San Francisco 69ers. Moving on, we have Victoria's Secret versus the FC Acid Kickers. Statman, do your thing.
All you got to know about this one is FCS Kickers has Kaepernick, Gore, the rookie Odell Beckham, and Anquan Bolden all on bye. And as far as I can tell, Victoria's Secret, nobody on bye. Healthy Jamal Charles, Shane Vereen, the only running back in New England. As long as Victoria's Secret has a QB that, as long as either the rapist or Eli Manning does anything this week, I think they're going to get the win.
Is Eli Manning on bye this week?
Eli Manning is on bye, so it's got to be the rapist going up against that Colts defense.
On a short week.
Andy Dalton couldn't even put up a point. I'm guaranteeing that the rapist puts up at least 14.
That statement was very confusing. Commissioner.
Steelers put up at least 14, just to clarify.
Fantasy points or real points here?
Real points, Steelers put up at least 14.
I'll say because Andy Dalton put up 2 fantasy points against him.
Commissioner, you take
Roethlisberger himself puts up 14 fantasy points.
Well, this series, these two teams are 1-1 against each other. However, Victoria's Secret did dominate the Acid Kickers in Week 1, and I think they're going to continue that domination. I'm going Victoria's Secret.
I'm going with the champ. Way to go, champ. Next up, we got the Ricky Bobby team versus Get Off Me.
Get off me!
Statman, break it down.
Ricky Bobby team has Demaryius Thomas and Andrew Luck, both phenomenal players, arguably the number one at their positions. But you gotta go Get Hoffman in this one. Ricky Bobby team, they're probably gonna beat somebody the rest of the year. They're probably even gonna beat me with the way things are going. But they're not gonna beat Get Hoffman. Get Hoffman gets the win, gets back into playoff contention. Big win last week. They get the win this week, and one of either win Enterprises or I came in like Monteball has to lose. So Get Hoffman working their way back up in the playoff picture.
I think the Ricky Bobby team is struggling a lot with running backs like many of their teams in our league. And unfortunately, or fortunately, Get Hoffman seems to be doing all right in that category.
Loaded.
Yeah. Ricky Bobby is 1-2 all time against Get Hoffman, and I think that's about to become a 1-3.
I'm going with the upset. I'm going with the Ricky Bobby team. Don't let me down, Tugs. Don't let me down. Last but not least, we got the bench dogs versus Hernandez's pistol offense. Statman. Go to it. Talk about it.
Is there anything you want to talk about in this matchup?
I would love nothing more than to say that the bench dogs is going to pull the upset. I just don't see it happening. Fred Jackson's going to be out for a couple weeks.
He's out till like week 16.
Yeah, he's
done.
Yeah, he's out for a while.
What is he, IR designated return?
Yeah, he can't come back before week 16.
No, CJ Spiller's IR. Fred Jackson's not on IR.
Oh, maybe I got confused.
Okay.
Either way, Fred Jackson's not playing this week, and that's all that matters right now.
It's a groin injury.
Groin injury.
Groin.
Not good. Hernandez's pistol offense, they are just clicking, though. Russell, Wilson putting up big points. Cam Newton putting up points. Got Matt Forte, Randall Cobb, James Jones, Jordy Nelson. Just a Packer love fest here. But it's paying off.
Kamish?
Let's see here. The bench dogs all time are 0-2 against Hernandez pistol offense. Even though they did only lose by 9 points in their week 1 matchup. I'm going to say that's going to become an 0-3 record.
I'm going bench dogs. We're coming back this week. And I always take myself, because otherwise, who's going to take me? All right. So, get your picks in. We're having some decent participation in the picks, but let's get everyone to get your picks in.
Well, participation dropped last week. We only had 4 people make their picks. So, you guys need to get on it out there. Make your picks. It's easy. You just go in. It's 6 games.
Who's leading right now?
It's easy. The bench dogs is leading
Boom!
with 32. We had 4 right last week. Get off me in second with 27. Los Pandas Desnudos 26 and Wayne Enterprises with 23. We've had all but 2 people participate in this year. FCS Kickers and Wolfgang United.
Rocky Mountain High and
one.
teachers from Indiana. Participate in life.
Get off me. Get your peeps to make their
Get your
picks.
boys in line.
Get out of the school books, teachers, and put down the blunts for a minute and put in your picks, Rocky Mountain High.
We need to start making it like -5 fantasy points if you don't put your picks. That will get people to make their picks.
All right. Anything else we got to go over today? Any other news about the league? Things we need to talk about? No?
I don't.
Yeah.
I do have final words of wisdom.
Hold on, let me put the camera on.
Yes, put the camera on.
Uh-oh. Live to the studio audience.
Randy constantly makes jokes about having a kidney stone during next year's draft. I encourage those to not get a kidney stone during next year's draft. But I do have one question for each of you. Had you each got a kidney stone during the draft, who else in the league would you have preferred to finish drafting your team?
Ooh, this is a dirty question.
Wow.
I probably would have gone Statman.
Statman.
It cannot. No. It can't be him though.
It could be PD?
Because he drafted mine. So.
Oh, so if like all 3 of us.
If
Like,
the 3 of
like
us,
us.
me, you,
and me.
and him,
And
I'm
you.
pointing to you, but they can't tell I'm pointing to you. You, because I think you're right there on the screen. Am I pointing the right way?
Yeah, right.
You!
No, this way. Go this way.
You!
That's right.
Me!
Right there.
Him!
And me.
Are all having kidney stone
Yes,
issues.
wait,
Are we
wait.
in the same hospital?
It doesn't matter.
Now I'll go to Mercy West. You can go to Mercy Fairfield, and you can go to.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm I'm taking ibuprofen and praying, man.
You can just go somewhere.
I'll tell you what, from experience, ibuprofen 600 does not work on kidney stones. Just saying.
Ibuprofen and prayer. I'm just gonna hope
Prayer
it
did not
happens.
work either.
I'm done with doctors. I talk to them every day. They're idiots. So he's out. There's no one left that I would want to draft my team.
Not even Timothy Crawford, who's sitting 8-1 right now.
I couldn't handle having to give Timmy credit for something the rest of the year.
No one could have done a worse job than you drafting your team.
I have a couple options.
Okay.
I probably would not have hesitated to let Miss Allison Foster, owner of Victoria's Secret, draft my team. She is very methodical in her drafting. She's really good at negotiating good salaries. And obviously, she knows how to win. I also...
Reasoned, logical thought process.
Seeing how this season is going, probably would let Ben Wagner draft for me as well. He did a very good job in the draft this year. And Timmy, I would let him draft for me, but I don't think he would be able to draft. Like, he only can draft Packers players. There's not enough of them to go
You would
around.
have, like, the number 6, number 7. You'd have guys that were cut by the Packers.
Right. I'd have, like, Jarek Boykin as my top receiver.
Yeah.
Woo woo, Boykin! I mean, I couldn't give Timmy credit if my team was good. I'd hate it. I couldn't live with it. I'd rather suck.
The one thing I will say about Timmy, I do think Timmy would put in a sincere effort to give you good players. I'm not sure every other player in the league would do that, but I do think Timmy
Allison
would. Allison, I think, would.
Morgan would just give you a 15 kickers.
You would have 5 wide receivers.
Right.
If there were even that many left.
Thinking in past, in Timmy's league, he has drafted for me in the past. And there's been seasons where I've come back to this draft, because the first 2 seasons in that league, 3 seasons, I could never make the live draft. Who knows why. But anyways, there was a couple seasons where I ended up with like 5 running backs and no wide receivers. Just saying.
I think you're basically auto-drafted, though.
I'm just saying. He was committed. He was responsible for helping me get players, and that's what I ended up with.
Anyway, good question.
Oh, and one last question for Petey. Petey, was it hard? Okay, now how do I say this? Okay.
Sister said it was hard.
Wait, I have like multiple questions. I'm just gonna ask one
That's a
though.
creepy question from your sister.
I didn't mean
She's
it.
right there.
I'm just ignoring that ever occurred.
Right there. Alright.
The question.
The question. If I win the championship, are you gonna expect half of the winnings to go to you?
I'm thinking my entry fee back, and that's a fair. I'll call it even.
That's not bad though. That's a $100.
I think 100 back. I think that's fair for helping draft the team that wins it all. That's a fair cut.
I'll consider it if you trade me a running back.
I only got one running back that could play right now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here. See
Thanks
you
for
later.
watching. Make your picks.
Get them
Make
in.
your picks.
Coca-Cola. I like it.
Refreshing. Polar bears. Come up on winter. About to throw out those polar bear commercials. And
Yep.
Santa and Coke and what was it?